Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out. The fine folks over at Retevis were kind enough to send this. This is a GMRS base antenna for the last year and a half, actually for the last 5.5 years, give or take. I have been using this antenna. Let's take a look outside. You can see here it's just magnetically mounted to the roof here. It used to be on the garage, now it's up here on the studio. And it is a Midland magnetic mount. It's a mobile GMRS radio antenna, but it's all I had. So they have come out with this. This is a genuine base station antenna. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I am certain that it will have a whole lot better range than the one that I had. You see the model number on this is the M409 high gain antenna. Frequency range is GMRS 462 to 467. Gain is 7.2 dBi, rated for up to 200 watts with an SWR of less than 1.5, and it is a 50 ohm setup here. So let's go ahead and cut this box open. It is, it's bigger than I thought it would be. So let me get it out of the box here. I figured it'd be about the length of the box. It is about twice the length of the box. Wow, I'm gonna have to open this up with a knife here. There we go. And it does come with mounting brackets and a ground plane, which is really sweet. Well, they certainly wrapped it. It's wrapped, and then it's wrapped, and then it's wrapped. And it even came in a bigger box that I'm showing you right here because it came in a shipping box. Holy cow. Yeah. All right, well, this thing's awesome. So fiberglass, brass, and hollow tube down here at the bottom. I can see up inside, and this is a really good idea. Up inside of here is where your PL259 connector is, so that is really great because waterproofish, you know, definitely going to help. These two screw together to create, looks like about a 5.5, 6 foot altogether. Really fine pitch too. Now I'm going to take this thing back apart before I permanently mount it because I like to put some dielectric grease in there. And I will probably tape that connector off. But as you can see, I would say that's about 5.5 feet from floor up. And then you have 3 spots here for 3 ground rods. Or not ground rods, but ground plane kit. So it does have its own ground plane, which again, like mine was hooked to the metal roof here, which is fine if you're going to do that, but most houses are not metal roofs, so that becomes a bit of an issue. And again, I'll have to go back through here and install all these with the proper stuff, and I'll get a little dielectric grease on that too. We want to keep corrosion down that way. That way when it goes together, you don't have rust, and that would lead to resistance, and resistance leads to a poor ground plane, and a poor ground plane leads to poor reception and poor transmitting or high SWR rating. So you can get the idea there. I won't hook the third one up right here, but here it is. And you'll have that third one hanging right there. And it'll be ready to rock and roll. I'll screw it in. I guess I'll screw it in just to, touching the ceiling there, just to give you the full look here. And then we'll take a look at what else is in the box, because it did come with mounting hardware, which is nice. Okay, so there it is, all the way connected. And then in the box here, we do have 2 custom rings. These are going to slide over this right here, right? And you have some choices. You could direct mount this to a wall or a post. In fact, that's probably what I will do. I have two 4x4s out there that I use as antenna towers, poor man's antenna towers. Could nail it right to those, or with the included rings here, you can actually hook it to a tube, so a mast. Now I do have a mast for the Antron A99 I have out there, but I don't have a mast on that side. Well, I do, but it's the way it's set up, it wouldn't work. So I will probably do that. I'll probably attach this right up there at the end of the 4x4 post and hook it up there. So why would you want something like this if you are into GMRS, or if you're in an area like me? Well, I was just having this discussion with a fellow YouTuber, actually, John Phillips, and we were talking about how I was jealous because he has repeaters that he can hit with his GMRS stuff, and he's talking 35 miles on his GMRS setup. I don't have that. 12 to 15 is about where the absolute limit is for my communication. With this, I'm hoping to at least get a few mile increase with that. And I might be surprised to see that this actually does quite a bit better job than the magnetic mount that I have up there. It's kind of comical almost to have that, but that's my hope. Now, the reason that I'm not filming that today is that I've got to get a ladder out and I've got to do some, some scaling up there. It's probably about 16 feet off the ground, maybe more like 20 actually. And I have promised to my loving wife that I won't do that kind of stuff when she's not around, which seems reasonable enough, I would say. So I will do a follow-up and we'll show it in use. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will do a range test, maybe not. I'm not sure. But we'll definitely do some trying to hit some repeaters, trying to hit some other users. There are some guys that do use GMRS in this area. Suddenly, there's two guys that talk amongst themselves. They've never heard me. I can hear them occasionally, but they never hear me. This might solve that. I might be able to be a part of a GMRS radio group, and that would be a cool addition to the communication options I have here on the farm. I guess that'll do it. I will leave a link to where you can pick up one of these beautiful things. And this is the first time I've come across something like this, and I'm really excited to try it out. I think that I think it's going to really up my game for GMRS. And a lot of people talk about GMRS versus CB radio. I'm a huge CB fan. You all know that if you followed my channel for any amount of time. There are diehard GMRS fans that swear that in the right conditions it's far superior than CB. Every test I've ever done here, mobile to mobile, mobile to base, walkie-talkie stuff, it's always been CB that's won, except for in the walkie-talkies. But this might change that game. This might change that game. A lot of this, of course, has to do with terrain. I'm in a very mountainous region of the country, where Mr. Phillips there is down off the mountain doing his thing in a more flat area. So that'll do it for today, my friends. Take care.